for Blumpkin and Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
You like that? You like that?
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me here today is my friend,
Neil.
And here's the deal. We're kind of reversing roles today. I said that we should do an episode where he has to try to taunt me, tease me, and test me, but I can't swear the entirety of the episode. And I told you to come up with 10 stories or things to talk about to try to see if you could get me to swear. And you said that was too hard.
Well, I said I couldn't find 10 things because I think the actual
You're
text...
making the microphone buzz.
God damn it. I was going to say, the actual text says...
You're still making it buzz. Jesus.
You
Hold it above your
shit.
head. Above your head. Okay. What does it say?
If I can... it was before anything else. Well, I don't know where the text is.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
There's one for free.
Taking the Lord's name in vain isn't a swear.
To some people it is.
No.
So for some reason, when the cell phone gets close to the microphone, it sounds like 8-bit NES.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why you should put it on the thing over there.
You're killing me, Smalls!
I mean, if you think about, I don't know, if you consider certain people angry people, or are you someone who more gets frustrated? Because I usually consider like getting pissed off and then actually just frustrated two different things. Which, like, frustrated is when you're playing a game and it's like, get so pissed off you rage quit, but then you're fine 5 minutes later.
I don't rage quit. I rage swear.
And
then sometimes I smash controllers.
Yeah.
As you've seen me do in the past, I will swing them over my head and then slam them to the ground.
But you cannot throw them at the TV anymore, as you have done one time in the past. And it took a little piece out of the TV.
That was during the Super Nintendo
That was
days.
the Super Nintendo controller, yes. That does not work so well on modern TVs.
Was that Uniracers?
It probably was.
It sounds like something I did up
Yes.
north at the lake when we were playing Uniracers.
Yes. No, you did that. This was at your house. So I remember the TV. So I think that was the TV I ended up buying from you.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't think it took a chunk out of that TV.
I don't know. Either way, you took a chunk out of it. It was a tube TV, and you cannot. I definitely can't throw controllers at TVs in modern. The controllers are much more heavy.
Yeah.
And the TVs are much more fragile.
So I swear a lot.
Yes.
You've known me for 23 years now, so you can also back me up on that claim. As can anybody that knows me, including my children. Because I swear around them and at them.
Yes.
But as far as your question about being someone who gets mad or frustrated, I could answer that question one way. Mm-hmm. Why don't you answer that question?
Well, I don't know. I mean, because thinking back to it, I mean, we've only really had like maybe one real big fight that I can remember, or maybe two. But I thought that they were the same fight.
Oh.
The golf club incident and I think that was the same one because my cousin was there kind of egging the whole thing on.
No, that was different.
That was a different incident? Okay, so then there are two incidences that I can remember.
What you're referencing is a long time ago, and I think we were 12, and I don't know what we were fighting about, and you threw a fist-size hunk of blacktop at me.
Yes.
And I don't know where it hit me. But I got mad, and then I hit you in the kidney with a 2-wood. Ow! With a golf club in the kidney. The other thing you're referencing is your cousin Matt trying to get us to fight.
Yeah, physically fight.
Fight, and something about wiping dog poop on each other. And then it basically resulted in me punching you in the junk while you had me in a headlock.
Yeah.
Because you're taller.
But then I don't remember, I don't know, it got resolved pretty quick. I think as soon as my cousin was gone, it was resolved, so.
Yeah, well. All right, well, now it's you. Go. Ready, go. You got to try to bring out the swears.
Okay. I would like you to tell the audience the story of how you found out a certain ex-girlfriend from up north was cheating on you.
Okay.
Without swearing.
Without swearing. This was the day before Valentine's Day in 2001, and I was headed up to the Cambridge Target with this girlfriend. It had snowed a lot the day before, so my car got stuck in her driveway. and her car got stuck in her driveway. So we took her mom's Dodge Avenger.
Okay.
We go up there, we go to Target, we get the Valentines, and we're on our way back to her parents' house. And I offered her a drink of my Mountain Dew, and I put it like right by her face, and she went, no. And as she turned her head to the left to get away from me, she swerved to the left, and then she swerved to the right, and then she swerved to the left again. And
overcompensated.
yeah, she overcorrected big time. And then we pulled a 180, and then we slid into the ditch, and then we rolled 4 1/4 times. And then people stopped. They helped us. A sheriff's deputy wrapped my head like a mummy, all because I had some minor bloody cuts. And then I got a ride from my parents to her parents' house. And when we got there, my parents were there to, drive me home. They didn't want me driving. My dad was going to drive my car. He was going to ride with my mom. And when we were there, this girlfriend was upstairs telling her sisters the Valentines that we got them, because I made sure that we got everything from the crash scene. And the phone rings. And I pick up the phone.
This was a private line, because her private line, right?
2001, yeah. This was a landline to the house.
Yeah.
And the phone rings, and I pick it up, and I thought it was her dad. And I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, she's upstairs just showing the girls their Valentines and making them lunch. She'll be down here in a few minutes. You want me to have her call her? Do you want me to have her call you? Yeah, just have her call her boyfriend, Dane.
What?
And I went, will do. And I hung up the phone, and she came downstairs. And I'm like, you are in so much trouble. And I said, your room now. And then we went in there and we had a discussion where she revealed to me she had been having a secret 4-month relationship with a younger guy up north because she had moved down from Pine City. Which was fine because ironically, that was the time in my life when I had met the Dirty Bee, my wife, and we had pooned sometimes. Yeah.
But then, didn't you, I don't know if it wasn't later when she came over, and she'd come over to your house when you were living at your parents', I think after that, and then...
Months later after that, she came to visit me at work at my own request, and then I told her we should watch a movie, so she came over to my parents' house to watch a movie with me. And as we were sitting there, I started rubbing her shoulder. And then I made my move. Mm-hmm. And then I got my revenge sex.
Yeah, and then as you were walking her to the car, didn't she ask you? I mean, where does that leave us?
Yeah, I'm like, well, I can't trust you. It's not like we're gonna get back together. She's like, well, I need someone to love me, not someone to F me.
I thought she asked you where does this leave us, and you just said nowhere, and then I thought you walked away and then shut the door.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, it wasn't like that. That story in my head's a little bit more cold.
No. It was somewhat cold-blooded. Because I made her knob me off at the end, too. Yeah, I didn't just pull out and gack on her belly. Mm-hmm. She got a mouthful.
Okay.
Giggity. Swing and a miss.
Yeah. Just saying.
Hey, boys and girls. It's time for another... Hey, boys and girls. Hey, boys and girls. Hey boys and 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 girls. It's time for another ITradio fucking fucker shitting ass tits beer.
Oh, the 7-year-old is talking. Since you don't swear.
Shut up.
Since you don't swear.
Shut up.
Since you don't swear, you can talk and he'll be able to listen. As long as Graham. Oh, it's okay if I swear because I'm Graham. But
I swear all the time. Sometimes I'm like, oh, what the fudge brownie? That's none of your beeswax.
What the fudge brownies?
What's up now?
What's up, Doc?
What's up? You can go to heck and burn.
What's up, Doc? Webcam on. Extra. Yeah, that's the one I want. And where's my other image over there? Bing, bam, boom.
Graham.
Hey, what?
Hey, Graham.
Hey, what?
Do you like instant oatmeal?
You're
gay.
I didn't even answer your question. I didn't answer your question.
You're gay.
I didn't answer your question.
You don't have to. I can see it in your eyes.
You're not even looking at my eyes.
I don't have to. I can see it in your cheeks.
You can see the dick inside my cheeks.
I can see the bruises on the inside of your mouth when you talk. Apparently you've been loving women who are unclean, and even more men that are unclean.
No, how would I get bruises from chicks?
strap-ons,
Okay,
popsicles.
popsicles.
One time I put a Charms blow pop in my butt.
Seriously?
Yeah, I couldn't taste
How many
it.
shits did it take to get to the center of that Tootsie Pop?
It wasn't a Tootsie Pop, stupid. It was a Charms blow pop, and I wanted the bubble gum, so I figured if I just like sit on it for a while, it'll make the candy go away, and I go right to the gum.
Mm-hmm.
And it tasted like watermelon and poop.
You're listening to Blumpkin and Friends.
What else you got?
Okay. This, just so you should know, that everyone else thinks this. We've been talking about this behind your back and saying that.
Oh, Jesus.
That we all agree with your mother and that she's been right about everything. Always.
Clearly that would never happen. Why is it opposite day?
I just wanted to see how you would react to that.
What did you think? I was just going to instantly rage and just start dropping F-bombs?
No, just like, what? It was more of a confusion attack.
No. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
What are the 7 words you can't say on TV?
They are words I can't say right now, but if you Google George Carlin, you can find out what those words are. But of them, piss. Piss isn't a swear word. You can't say it on TV, but piss isn't a swear word.
Turd? Isn't that in there?
Turd.
Yeah.
You think turd's in there? It's the S
Tit,
word.
Turd, twat. I thought it was the end of it.
The S word. Piss. The F word.
C.
The C word. C sucker. MFer.
I thought it was tit, turd, twat on the end, but maybe not. Oh, that's right.
Tits. And then farts, turd, and twat. Twat's more of a mean word. It's not a swear word.
Depends on how it's, I guess, directed.
Well, like if you went to the doctor to get your vagina looked at, and the doctor's like, all right, let's get a look at that twat.
I don't think any doctor would ever say that.
Well, then clearly you have never been to the gyno offices of Dr. Andrew Dice Clay.
Clearly. I'm pretty sure that doctor's office is closed, and it became the Bill Cosby.
Oh. I'm going to take the drink, and you give yourself a little sip, and don't be surprised if you wake up with your feet in the stirrups. Pudding all over your face.
So is that the only car accident you've ever been in?
No.
Oh, really?
No, come on.
Which other car accident?
There was the little Mexican kid on the mountain bike that ran into me.
Okay.
There was the time I slid through a stop sign and went underneath a school bus and jacked up the hood of the Escort.
Oh, yeah.
What else?
That was the worst one you've been in, though, as far as rolling?
Rolling 4 1/4 times, I would hope that's the worst one I've been in. It's not like I got ejected and then realized that I had superpowers and that I was unbreakable, like in the movie Unbreakable.
I don't know. I had a big car accident when I was in high school. It was like a 9-car pileup.
Why don't I remember this?
In the Blazer. So was with me.
Okay.
And so I must have been a junior. And there's this giant bridge going up to the high school, and it was just completely covered in ice, and then somebody hit somebody, and then everybody else behind just plowed into them. And insurance-wise, I think they ended up saying it was nobody. I don't know if they just told everybody to claim, for their own fault or something, but
it was inclement weather.
Yeah.
They're not going to assess blame on that. They might look at the first guy and be like, what a retard.
Yeah. The first guy.
Negligent drive. Everybody behind him was driving negligently, following too close.
Well, you look at, there's a lot of apparently scams out there now. Mostly over in other, like Russia and stuff, where everybody has a dash cam because they do this thing where they pull out in front of you and then slam on the brakes and then try to like blame you for rear-ending them and all this. And they try to get you to give them cash.
Yet.
And I don't know, it's some big deal. There's like a name for it too. I can't remember what it's called, but
being a Jew?
I don't know.
Is it being a Jew?
It's probably not it.
Jew fraud.
I don't think there's a lot of Jewish people in Russia.
That's driving and causing an accident fraudulently.
I'm not going with that pun. So.
Good morning, sister.
I've been a bad girl.
Really? Well, tell me all about it.
Ooh, I've been very bad.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm gonna do some penance. Take it. Take that dick. Take it. Show me you fucking love this cock. Take it. Oh shit, hang on, I gotta go do something. Congregation of Emo Jesus may be seated. A reading from the Book of Blumpkin. I had this thing going on where, like, my dad caught me getting a blowjob so many times. At least, like, 3 or 4 times. Not, like, saw me literally getting a blowjob, but either could see me and my expression, but not what was going on, but knew. Or he walked into the house. Oh, fucking my friend Neil even walked in on it once. It's the first time. I was getting knobbed off by this girl I was dating in 9th grade. Her name was Melissa. It was on summer break. And my dad left us home alone. Like, he said he was going to go get a pizza, or he was going to make a pizza. And he fucking leaves. He left us home alone. He goes down, like 5 miles away from the house. And he goes, and while the pizza's waiting to get made, he didn't call ahead to order. He fucking ordered it when he got there. And he calls me on a cell phone from a fucking cell phone store. He's like, hi. I'm like, where are you? He's like, I'm at the cell phone store. I'm like, what? You left? He's like, yeah. So apparently he thought he was slick and he could leave without me noticing, but he left 2 fucking horny-ass 13-year-olds or 14-year-olds sitting at home. And, I talked her into knobbing me off. And she was going to town, and I gotta say that it was like the second time I had gotten a blowjob. And she didn't, like, try to start off with any kissing or sexy warm breathing or any technique. She just fucking puts my dick in her mouth and just starts bobbing up and down. Just steady bobbing up and down. And I had to hold back the laughter. I was like, this is so ridiculous. She's just up and down and up and down. And I'm just like, that's not going to make me come. You got to do stuff. I didn't tell her that. So about 10 minutes into the blowjob, I'm sitting there enjoying myself. My mind is miles away. Door from the garage of the house opens. I'm like, oh shit! I push her off me and I jump up. And you could hear my belt buckle jingle a bit. So I'm sure my dad knew that something bad was going on. And he comes, brings pizza into the house. And I think it was Little Caesar's pizza. Yeah, because there was a Little Caesar's down by the Target off of Coon Rapids Boulevard there. And we're eating pizza and he just kind of keeps looking at me funny. And like, I was trying to play it off like nothing was wrong, but she could not hide her shame. She couldn't like look my dad in the eye. That was the first time he caught me getting knobbed off. Second time is that same girl. Later on that summer, we were up at the lake place, and my folks left to go golfing. I left once again 2 horny 14-year-olds alone in a fucking trailer with no supervision on a weekday when there's nobody else around really. And she's going to town. We're on the floor, and she's knobbing me off. And my parents walk in, and I didn't hear them come into the screen port because my dad was trying to be all stealthy and shit. And all of a sudden, I see my dad's face looking at me through the window, but like at an angle so he couldn't see what was going on. I just looked, I'm like, oh. And my face is all red. I'm like, my folks are home. And I pushed her off me, and we quick jumped on the couch. And we're watching TV or acting like nothing was going on. And they walk in, my dad just kind of smiling like, hey, you guys, you just watching TV? Yeah. He kept with this dorky fucking grin on his face because I'm pretty sure he knew I was doing something. You know, if he thought it was sex or something really bad, I think he would have yelled at me or asked me what was going on. But no, he just kept smiling all goofy and looking at her and kind of laughing to himself because I kept hiding my face. I was so embarrassed. That same weekend, as we're about to leave, we're sitting in the van, and the van had tinted windows, but, you know, I thought it was way more tinted than it was. My folks are standing outside the van, talking to some friends, and I'm like, hey, I bet you they can't see us because the windows are tinted. You should go down on me a little. So I had her drink a little pop, her mouth was cold, and then she starts going to town. And I noticed my dad kind of like peeking into the van, like just kind of like looking in, but glancing at what's going on. And I think he could totally tell that I was getting a blowjob. And he had to think that I was one insatiable fuck. Or else be like, wow, my son's getting his dick sucked. I am jealous. Because that does not happen for me. I hope. And the best The best story of me getting caught getting a blowjob is once again up at the lake place. And this is where I met my best friend Neil. He was coming to find me to hang out after he got done eating dinner with his folk. And I was in the back room with my then girlfriend, Leslie. I'll use her name because she'll never hear this. And fuck her. So she's knobbing me off, and my dad's back weed whipping by the tree line, so he's not coming around. And like the back door of the camper was open, but the screen door was closed, so you really couldn't see what was going on. You really had to peek in to know. So Neil comes walking up, and I heard my name, but she didn't hear him call my name. So he walks up to the door, and he looks in, and he just does this. He just stops and laughs and sees what's going on. And I give him a thumbs up and go, shh. Make that motion with my finger to my face. And I point to my wrist and I give him the, 10 fingers for 10 minutes. And he walks away. And then later on that night, she found out that Neil saw me getting head. She was quite embarrassed. I didn't care because I was hilarious because, anytime your best friend happens to catch you getting a blowjob, you tend to giggle. And even if it's not funny and you're mortified and embarrassed, you giggle like a schoolgirl. And I guess I did, and she felt like shit, but I didn't care.
You're listening to Blumpkin and Friends.
What else you got? Come on. What other stories do you think I'm going to tell, or things I'm going to say, or I'm going to swear?
That you would swear with?
You had days to think of this.
Yes, but I don't know. I just don't really think about how I can piss people off in a day, I guess.
You may have had, technically, I think you've had weeks to think of this.
Probably 1 week. I know you swear a lot, but I just don't know how to.
Think back to some story, some place we were.
Some place we were?
Any place we've been where something happened, I don't know. I'm not leading you anywhere, I'm giving you ideas. Whereas when we were at P2's birthday / my bachelor party this weekend.
Yes.
And I brought up to everybody about us mooning the pizza pub.
Yes.
In your Blazer. Yep. You would drive by slow and honk the horn. And because they had big glass storefront windows, I would hike down my trousers and hang my bee out the window. And I'd just shake it back and forth at them real slow. And hopefully a lot of people in that town saw my anus because I believe I was spreading my cheeks open.
Well, they had the big window they had a huge window right by the windows. Yeah, storefront windows right by the the main road. So
kids, if you want to have a lot of fun, drive by some place with big storefront windows real slowly and honk the horn to get everyone inside's attention, and then expose your buttocks.
Yeah, and we used to randomly flick people off. That was another discussion.
I still randomly flick people off.
Do. I mean, while we were driving, it just became a thing where we just started flicking people off. Because the first time you ever did it is we were stopped at there was that T intersection in town, going to town. And I remember this girl who was younger was, she was taking a left. And
in a station wagon.
Yep. And she gives you this big old smile and a wave.
When I honked at her.
Yeah, when you honked at her. And you just flick her off with the stone cold, no smile, nothing. And her face was just a pure shock, like, oh, she was so shocked. And then that reaction, if she wouldn't have reacted at all, we wouldn't have just started flicking off everybody.
I'd like to thank her for having such a melodramatic reaction that for years I found that hilarious. And since we're retelling stories from my bachelor party from the other night, and all of them were essentially things we did wrong up north.
Yeah.
Once upon a time ago, when we were teenagers, I owned a Buick LeSabre, and we would drive it into town. And when we're going to town, and this is up north, we're going to the actual part of town because our lake places are outside of this city. There's one main drag. There's not a lot of street lights, so you start driving at night with, in your own lane. And what you do is you switch your headlamps off. You quick cross over to the other lane, drive in the dark for a few seconds, and then turn your high beams on at the oncoming traffic, and then swerve back, or else drop your lights again and swerve back and drive with your lights off just so they don't know where you're at.
Which is extremely dangerous.
That is very
probably
dangerous and illegal and inappropriate and fun. Mostly fun.
What do these people think?
Mostly fun.
What goes through their minds when they see this? Like, this guy's psychotic. What the hell is he doing? He's in the other lane. He's just trying to make me guess which lane he's in.
That's the point, is to make people S their P's.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I just got around swearing. It's just like when I had to teach the girls, instead of saying what the F, I started saying what the Ninja Turtles. And they thought it was hilarious. And I don't know why that ever stopped. They just gave up hope and just started dropping F-bombs like crazy.
Yeah.
I literally do not care. And we were swimming. Today I was swimming with my 3 nieces and my stepdaughter in a river behind my sister-in-law's house. And I said a word, and then I heard my 7-year-old niece, who's from Brazil, so she sounds like a little Sofia Vergara. She repeated me. I'm like, hey, you probably shouldn't say that word. I don't think your dad wants you to talk like that. She's like, you said it. Like, I'm an adult. Those are adult words. I can get away with swearing all I want because I'm a grown-up. And when you're a grown-up, you can swear too, but not until then. Just like I told Chi-Chi. And then here's little E, Peanut, my stepdaughter. She goes, yeah, he swears all the time. He swears a lot. I'm like, I do. I really do.
Yes.
And if you want to solidify that, my friend JD, his wife once told me, and I'm very proud of this, she told me, you have the filthiest mouth of anyone I've ever heard in my life. Anyone I've ever met. I'm like, thank you. Yes. That means that I have a variety of filth enough to completely run the gamut to eliminate any other possibilities of your entire circle of friends and acquaintances.
That's the entire premise of how SwearNet started. It says, because people fucking swear.
Yeah. I don't know what this hang-up is on swear words.
You are now listening to Blumpkin and Friends.
You got nothing else to try to bring out the cuss words?
Nope.
Man, you are really not.
I know.
Really not trying too hard. Guess what?
What?
It's time to play a game. And you are the next contestant on Word Orgy.
You mean before and after?
Word Orgy.
From Wheel of Fortune.
Shut up.
Word Orgy.
2 unrelated items that make up one new phrase. And if you get the answer, I'll heap on you my praise. Some of them may seem too hard, but I won't let you quit. So pay very close attention to both my descriptions. Pop culture icons and other random shit. It's time to play Word Orgy. How many will you get? You've played the game before, you know how it works, but for those listening that may not know, there is an answer. That answer, you figure out, I will read you 2 clues. These 2 clues will bring a phrase. That phrase shares 1 word in the middle in common.
Yep.
So, let's just kick it right off because you know what you're doing. Stop trying to read the paper backwards in my hands. You S of a B.
Black dog.
Yeah. No, it's not. See, I knew you were going to say pitch black dog again.
God damn you, pitch black dog.
Yeah, you almost got me to say the D word. Maybe this is where I break down is during Word Orgy.
I blame Patrick Swayze.
Don't talk ill of the Swayze. Number 1. One of Florida's most historical storms and the guy who killed Gianni Versace.
Johnny Versace?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
One of Florida's most historical storms.
Yeah.
And the guy who killed Gianni Versace.
I don't know. I'm just going to give up on that one.
Really?
Well,
there's a bad streak going of people just like, I don't know, just throw it in the towel right away. Think. One of Florida's most historical
hurricane.
storms.
I'm trying to think of this other person's name.
We'll get the first one. It might lead you to the second one, or vice
Well,
versa.
one of Florida's, so it's probably not Hurricane Katrina.
No.
I mean, even though that hit Florida.
Yeah, not like it hit New Orleans.
Well, the flooding is what nailed New Orleans. Was it a Hurricane Andrew? I don't remember. This is I don't know. Hurricane Andrew Versace.
Really? Hurricane Andrew Cunanan.
And I have no idea who Andrew Cunanan is.
Andrew Cunanan killed somebody here in the Minneapolis area on his nationwide road trip of murder before ending up on the houseboat of Gianni Versace and killing him. And then I believe he died in a hail of gunfire with police.
Well, Snape killed Voldemort, so I know
That's not something that I really care about because I don't like Harry Potter. Andrew Cunanan killed Gianni Versace because he was mentally ill, and it had something to do with him thinking that he got
What year was this?
AIDS. Jesus.
90s? 2000s?
We were in high school.
90s?
97 or 8.
Okay, I don't know about this at all.
No. Number 2. One of Robin Hood's Merry Men and How to Jump from a Moving Vehicle.
How to jump from a moving vehicle?
Yes.
I was thinking Little John at first, but I don't know what you could call jumping from a moving vehicle. I know I'm close. I mean, it's got to be Little John. What do you call it? John something? It must be. I don't know. Little John jumping from a moving vehicle?
No.
I mean,
I would never use the phrase from the clue in the answer.
No, I know. I'm not saying like that's what the second word is. Is it the hint?
How to jump from a moving vehicle.
How to jump?
Jeez, is that your stomach?
I think so. I don't know.
Do you need to drop a deuce?
No.
Are you holding in your toots?
No. I don't know. It's just making noise. I ate dinner before I came over.
Is there a chest burster inside of you?
Just ate dinner before I came over.
Mother of God. It sounds like you've got a live animal inside of you growing.
I don't know. Probably it's just the gerbils.
No. Fair enough.
Okay. I mean, it's got to be, how to jump. I mean, I don't know what the phrase for tuck and roll is.
You got to be kidding me.
Oh, Friar tuck and roll.
Okay.
you got your phrase. Got it.
Really? I don't know what the phrase
I don't know if
tuck
there was,
and roll
I was
is.
thinking of...
it's tuck and roll.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking Little John.
Well, you're on the board. Number 3. An 80s music genre and a choppy swimming spot.
Choppy swimming spot?
Yes. 80s music genre, choppy swimming spot.
Choppy swimming spot. That's what I'm hung up on right now. Because I don't know if it would be hair metal. Would be the genre. I don't know. Choppy swimming spot. I don't know. I'm just thinking of like bad swimming spots would be swamps and such.
Choppy. Do you know what choppy means?
Well, choppy, just what? A lot of waves?
Listen to your stomach. That actually, I think, picked up on the microphone, your stomach.
Probably.
You might have an ulcer.
I don't know. Choppy.
An 80s music genre and a choppy swimming spot.
I don't know. I have to give up on this one.
You almost had it.
Hair metal. I don't know. Metal. Something. What it would be. I don't know.
No. New wave pool.
Oh, new wave pool. Okay, it's because of the waves.
New wave.
New wave is 80s?
Yeah.
Oh.
Number 4. A type of Kellogg's cereal and a retailer known for blue light specials.
Special Kmart.
Okay.
What time I got one instantly.
Yeah. Number 5. A vehicle for transporting furniture and a guy who kills monsters.
Guy who kills monsters? What is that? I don't know.
A vehicle for transporting furniture and a guy who kills monsters.
I mean, moving truck. I don't know what a guy who kills monsters. I guess it depends on if you're talking about movies. Moving Van Helsing.
There we go. Heating up.
I was trying to think. I'm like, maybe this. I thought it meant a name for a guy.
I just want to scream at the side of your face when you get so close. You're like, moving truck.
Yes.
Number 6.
Pitch Black Dog.
No. I didn't even read the clues yet. A Kevin Costner Western and the housing of a stovetop fan.
Housing of a stovetop fan.
Yes.
And the Kevin Costner Western?
Yes.
Well, wait a minute. First I was thinking Wyatt Earp. But I think Dances with Wolves was also considered a Western.
Yes, he's made multiple Westerns.
I don't know. I always thought they were just overhead fans. But
oh, that was river water.
The stovetop fan?
The housing of a stovetop fan.
I don't know.
I'm going to punch you in the genitalia.
That's how close I am. It's either... I don't know what it's called, though.
That would be open range hood. Open range.
Oh.
Range hood.
Okay.
Fail.
Open range.
You had two in a row.
I don't remember that one.
Could have been on fire.
I don't remember open range.
No one does. Except for me.
I remember Paint Your Wagons.
What?
With Clint Eastwood.
Paint Your Wagons?
It's a musical. With Clint Eastwood in it.
It's ironic that you're bringing that up while wearing an Oregon Trail t-shirt.
Yes.
Number 7. Detroit's top officer and slang for heavy petting.
Top officer of Detroit. Heavy petting would be...
It'd be fun, that's what it would be.
Second base, maybe. Would it be called? And then, Detroit's number 1 officer. Is this a realistic thing, or is this Robo-Cop a field? That's gotta be... That's a perfect answer! That is the perfect answer. That's better. Robo-Copping a field. That is the best possible answer for that, isn't it?
Robo-Cop a field.
Yeah.
First you said cop a field.
Well, or copping a field. Yeah, Robo-Cop a field or Robo-Copping a field.
Yeah,
same thing.
First you said cop a field, then you said copping a field. Robo-copping. I'm gonna count it. Number 1 fan Tim's gonna be
Well, cop or
pissed.
copping is... I mean...
Thanks. Now I'm gonna get an angry text from number 1 fan Tim.
Ah, good. Maybe it'll be a dick pic. Would it be an angry dick pic?
Why, is he going to draw frowny eyebrows on the head of his penis?
Well, not eyebrows. I mean, it's a cyclops. So you got to just put a frowny face.
So he's doing it bird's eye view, so I'm staring down
Yep.
a frowny brow that's furrowed over his urethra?
Yep.
Interesting. Tim, remember to fluff it before you send me that dick pic. I don't want to see any sad little flaccid cyclopses. Number 8. The Great Bambino and a Supreme Court Justice.
Babe Ruth Powell? Powell is their last name? Babe Ruth Powell. I think that's the last name.
Are you asking me or telling me?
That's my guess.
Your voice when there was an upward inflection.
Because I can't remember if that's
like
her
you're
name.
asking
Ruth
me
Powell.
a question?
Ruth Powell. Babe Ruth Powell is my answer.
That's not right.
What's the last name?
Babe Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I would have never gotten that.
Yeah. Well,
you're the baiter.
So? I have no problems when I touch myself.
It means you love slapping worms on hooks.
You're stupid. Number 9. A Southern rock band and a Bond girl.
Ooh. Southern rock band.
And a Bond girl.
Leonard Skinner, or let's see. I don't know any Skinnerd.
Do you know any Bond girls?
I mean, I know their I don't know their character's name, but I know the actresses. If it's a character name,
you honestly remember the real names of the Bond girls?
No, I mean I'm saying
does
the
that?
actresses. Well, just the recent ones. Just Halle Berry, I think Eva Green, and I don't remember who else. What was the first part again?
A Southern rock band.
So, who's known to be a Southern rock band?
Rock bands from the South.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking of like old classic rock, Creedence Clearwater Revival, but I don't know. Some of these bands don't make sense as names. I give up on this one, I guess.
Nashville Pussy Galore. Nashville Pussy. Pussy Galore.
Oh. Which one was that from? Which Bond?
I don't know. One of those ones. It's
okay.
Like, it's a Sean Connery one.
Oh. Yeah, I would have not known that.
Well, I don't think it's Goldfinger. It might have been The Spy Who Loved Me. I don't know. I don't like Bond movies. Ooh, I almost just dropped the F-bomb right there. I caught myself. All right, number 10. If you get 10, you will tie Dr. Murr and Nurse Ashley at 5.
Okay.
However, the record holder is still Joey Black at 6. If only you would have gotten Nashville Pussy Galore.
I would never have got that.
Instead of Babe Ruth Powell?
I don't remember how am I supposed to know the names of the
Pitch
everybody?
Black Dog.
Yeah. Supreme Court Justice. Okay, who was on the Supreme Court Justice in 1964 and then...
What? She's on there now.
I know, I'm just saying.
Number 10. A Chicago Blackhawks winger and a variety of cheese.
Oh, God. This is the hockey... Yeah, I don't know anybody on the Blackhawks.
Do you know cheese?
Yes.
Okay.
There are a lot of them. It'd have to be a double name of cheese. It's going to be something Swiss. Or I guess it could be just something Swiss cheese.
No, because I don't use the...
Oh, it wouldn't be the same word?
clue in
Okay.
The answer.
So, something Monterey Jack. That's a type of cheese?
It's a type of cheese. It's not this type of cheese.
I don't know. I might have... Yeah. I can't think of any Blackhawks for Chicago, so I give up.
That would be Patrick Sharp Cheddar. Taking your score.
4.
4 out of 10. Then I'm putting it in the stack of other scores. And then I will be adding your points to the wall. Look, I have a points board on the wall.
Well, I got Friar Tuck at least, so...
Yeah, fry or tuck yourself in to bed. This brings you to a total of 10 points.
What's the winner get? A free prostate exam?
It's a surprise, and you just ruined it. Just like you've got...
if Nurse Ashley wins, she's in for a rough treat trying to find that prostate.
Me trying to find hers?
Yeah.
Well, never underestimate my willingness to use my creative imagination. Is this your prostate? Is this your prostate? Is it you're in my ear? Is this your prostate? That's my belly button. I don't know what a prostate
now
is.
You're in the toaster.
Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/Blumpkin&Friends. We are on YouTube. Like and subscribe. And as always, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
Fuck! You had to hear it at least once.
You just overmodulated the mic. Say your name.
Neil.
Good night.
Thank you.